Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales. These are the adventures of The Rookies, a curated actual play of the tabletop role-playing game Masks, A New Generation from Magpie Publishing. Previously on Tavern Tales, we return to Camp Orgoff the Books for epic conclusions and new beginnings for Adora.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Anyway, the two of you have been to two of the different stations. The three of you are laying in wait at one of the stations.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it the red station, the berries station. It's one of the last stations you've been to, and one of the other campers has told you where it is. It's on the backside. It's the furthest one away where the big tree stands, and you know the path there, and you're on your way to that station. There's another kid who's playing a chipmunk who is a little bit ahead of you. You're not with them. You're kind of using this kid as bait.
Yep.
You're walking and creeping slowly.
Staying in the woods line, yeah.
The three of you espy the chipmunk walking towards the group, walking towards the red station.
Who wants to get him?
Keep your voice down.
Who wants to get him?
Crystal, what do you think?
I don't know. One of us should go get him.
That's why I'm asking you if you want to go get him.
Why do you want me to go get him?
Because you haven't tagged anyone all game.
Yes, I have.
Yes. Joe, can you please?
Fine, I'll get this one.
Joe has to get the most. Let's say, you actually haven't gotten any tags yet. You only have to do 2, you have to do 3, you have to do 5, okay? Which is not good for podcasting. I've told the Cougar needs to do, Sean needs to do 2, the Cougar needs to do 3, and the Grizzly needs to do 5. The Grizzly could easily finish out because you already have 3 with these 2 right here if you wanted to. And Sean has only 1, okay?
Okay, I'll get this one.
All right, the kid comes walking up.
And as soon as he grabs the crayon, I'm gonna jump out and try to tag him.
You're hidden away. The kid does not detect anything. He creeps up totally like a chipmunk. Creeps along in the burgeoning twilight. Trees are all around you. Lots of underbrush too at this station, which is tied to a tree. He comes creeping up, stopping every now and again when he hears something rustle or a leaf or a twig, and he looks and he is quick to scamper away. I mean, it's pretty good because he hasn't been caught yet and it's pretty late in the game, and he's making his way to the red station. You can see he's got all of the other stations and he's super excited, and he's taking another step. He takes another step. He picks up the crayon and he's marking his page, and a smile starts to light underneath the mask because it's only the top part of it. And he's like, oh.
And Joe just runs as fast as he can to try and tag him.
Okay. And he jumps, and a chase is on as Joe chases this kid down. Tiny, little, scrawny, weak boy Joe chases this kid, and the kid gets away because he's a scamperer. He's super ski. He's like, runs, gets away.
Dang it.
And you hear a commotion, Lizzie and Adora, but this commotion is the other way. Seems to be close to the red station. You think where it's supposed to be, but it's past the red station because the kid does not turn and run back towards Lizzie and Adora. He runs towards the edge of this trap that you've set, and he runs towards the edge of the confines of this game as Joe is in hot pursuit. Or does Joe give up on him?
Joe's gonna keep running.
Okay.
But he's gonna call out to Sean, be like, Sean, try to help me.
And of course, now you hear Sean try to help me from Joe. Way to go, Joe.
Blew our cover.
All right. So what do you do, Joe? Sean?
So Sean's gonna, because the cover is already blown, so he's gonna leap out of the bushes and then ask, "Which way did they go?"
Well, I'm running. so
He's
you can-
running.
yeah.
You can kind of see them running to the right into the woods. What do you do?
Sean's gonna jump out and he's gonna turn back to Crystal. Crystal, let's go.
And of course, you hear that now too. Because they're 9-year-old kids.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible at this game.
I don't care what you think. Let's go.
All right, they stand there for a moment. The kid scampers. Joe, he's getting away from you very easily.
Hurry up, you guys! He's still gonna keep trying.
All right.
He's still trying.
Sean's gonna chase after Joe.
All right, you chase after Joe. They start running towards the edge of camp. What are you up to, Crystal?
Crystal's going to stay and remain at the trap that they've set, knowing that there's still other people, but she's just going to move positions.
You've heard all of this. It definitely sounds like there was a trap, but now there's like hot pursuit of people running away from the red.
Supply station. Lizzie is going to very stealthily, keeping outside of the clearing of the station, like going around it and trying to like suss out if there's any predators.
So Lizzie crouches down like a 9-year-old and moves off into the underbrush.
I'm gonna follow along with my friend.
Okay. So you step into the woods as well and you
Yeah.
creep towards the red berries. Crystal, you hear 2 9-year-olds creeping through the underbrush towards the red station. They're coming up behind you now because of the way they're coming in from your hiding spot. But your hiding spot's good that they wouldn't be able to see you from behind either.
Crystal's going to wait until they just pass her because they're low. So their mobility to stand up and run is not great. So she's going to wait for them to just pass, and she's going to try and tag both of them at the same time.
Cool. This is the spread page. We have Crystal up a little bit of a tree, waiting to jump down as the 2 in their masks move to the either side of Crystal around the tree. We've got our little lizard and our little squirrel moving forward as Crystal's jumping down to tag them, and it's definitely going to be a solid tag. There is a little boy scream up ahead in the distance, and that causes Crystal to fall back in the middle of your jump forward, and you miss with both your hands swiping as this like bloody, I'm dying, some sort of scream happens where the others have just run off to.
OMG.
Doubly surprised by Crystal from behind and the scream ahead, Adora says,
Run!
Wait a second, guys. That didn't sound right. That scream. This is a game. What the hell?
This ain't no game.
This ain't no game.
Okay, so we don't know where Lizzie's from. She's moved around a lot. Also, this is Halcyon City, so who knows what other weird city you're from.
Cool.
Like
cool.
Brooklyn on the side of New Orleans.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
That's the way that Joe and Sean ran after that little kid. What if something happened?
Do you promise not to take us and we can all go look?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about that blood-curdling scream we just heard. God, it's not all about you two.
Is it bad that I like Crystal?
No,
She's so cool. I'm not gonna lie.
she's my rival because she's actually really cool,
She's
not
really cool.
because she's terrible, apparently. So that's nice.
Don't judge a book.
Yeah. I'm going to get my red mark on my piece of paper and then
I was
run off.
totally going to get my red mark too.
All right. This is all from Adora's perspective, so we don't know what was going on with Joe and Sean as they ran towards whatever this is, or even if it was the chipmunk that screamed, or if it was Joe that screamed or Sean that screamed. We don't know that yet. Adora stops to get the red mark, which is just not Adora today. Which is good because you're 9.
I'm 9.
Changed.
I was trying to...
Changed, and this is a highlight moment. You stopped to get the red mark.
I'm trying to make different choices than my current character would make for reasons.
You stopped to get the red mark.
Yes, I did.
And that made all the difference.
Oh, no. No.
The 3 of you rush forward and find Sean standing there alone. The chipmunk is definitely the one who's let out the scream, though. As they catch up to you, you've stopped in shock. all the color has drained from Sean's face.
Sean, baby, what's wrong? She like runs up and like grabs his arm.
The chipmunk kid. He's
Something got him.
What? Wait, where's Joe?
Where are you, Joe? Are you right there?
He is, but he's invisible. I'm right here. He doesn't know he's invisible.
A bodiless voice says, I'm right here to the group.
What are you now, a damn ventriloquist? Where are you?
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
WTF? What the? Joe.
Joe? I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh man, it happened again. When I get scared, sometimes this happens.
So Joe starts to fade back into view, and there is a mammoth roar that shakes the branches of the trees not too far ahead from you, and a piteous cry from Chipmunk Boy, whose name is Chip.
I love it.
It's better than Monk.
Could have been Dale.
Chipmunk Boy Chip. He definitely seems to be very much in danger.
And I'm like a few seconds late running up to this, or this is what I've run up
So
to.
you've run up to the group and you hear the roar.
We need to go help him.
Yes. Let's go. Come on. Joe, go and ring the bell. I'll go and try and help Chip.
Okay.
Go find Rainbow.
Go find Rainbow.
I'm just going to go ring the bell. Even Joe knows that's a terrible. And he's just going to go back to he's fine to leave and go get help.
Okay. Invisible Joe leaves. You have no idea if he left or not.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to go towards the screaming.
What do you say?
Adora's like, screw this stupid game. Let's go help Chip. He's probably really scared.
Do you all feel bolstered?
Honestly, no, but probably will go.
I feel like Crystal ran after she yelled, "We need to help him." She ran towards it.
Adora's kind of like de facto leader of this little group here too, while you're the rival and the two of you have like your tete-a-tete and whatnot, that it's Adora's moment here.
Any one of us would want to know someone was caring enough to come after them if we were scared and alone in the dark. Let's go.
You proceed into the woods, helter-skelter, Crystal in the lead.
I wish people could see her face sometimes. It's excellent.
I know, right? She make good face.
Yeah.
Paige, your face is good.
Joe, invisible, so we don't know where he went because it's a comic book.
They outline them. They make them like...
The dot outline.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Sometimes. Or just the little speech bubble or the thought bubble where the invisible person is.
Just his footprints.
You run forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen Stranger Things or you've seen The Thing or any of these other terrible monstrosity shows, but there is or Pacific Rim, there is an otherworldly beast that has rent the landscape. There is a fissure in space itself that seems to be leaking energy into our world, and some sort of fell creature has stepped through it, and as you charge forward to stop it, ends poor Chip's life most brutally in front of you.
No.
And the group of you stop to fight this creature, this huge creature. It's like 40 feet tall, tentacles, leather, many eyes, fangs, mouths.
Goo. There's always goo when it's an interdimensional creature.
Colors that defy your own belief as to what an organism should be in color. It seems to glow on its own, and it roars again as it espies you with its many eyes. And what do you do?
As soon as Lizzie sees this giant creature, she starts to morph.
What does that mean?
So her limbs start to shift from flesh to scale. And you see like these dark green and blue scales just crawl up her arms, up into her neck. And then her face starts to get long and it goes lizard-like.
That's cool.
And she blinks once and her eyes open up and they're bright yellow with slits.
And then you take off the mask to reveal.
I am a lizard folk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually a lizard.
I am
Lizzie.
actually a lizard.
That's
yeah.
fun.
Lizzie the lizard.
And you charge into battle. And what else is going on?
Oh my god, ew.
That's your superpower? Oh, it's so gross.
Crystal takes a fighting stance, and as she does that, the creature takes it as a hostile action and lashes out towards her. And she immediately turns to Diamond, and the lash hits her and retracts because she's as strong as Diamond's.
And it's completely lacerated and cut, and it's bleeding and dripping black Icarus blood everywhere. And there's this spray of it across the shining diamond skin of...
Yeah.
You're a Twilight vampire?
No, she goes like crystal.
Oh.
Like
not
fully all of her features are chiseled and cut now.
Oh, cool.
With the sides of diamond. Her hair is turned into strings of diamonds.
Cool.
Everything is diamonds. So she's as strong and as sharp as a diamond.
Your character's cooler than mine now.
Her superhero name is Elizabeth Taylor.
That doesn't make sense.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
That'd be
I'm
confusing
Elizabeth.
because she's Elizabeth. That would just be confusing.
It actually makes Crystal even happier. It's like, I took your name, bitch.
Wait, does she like turn diamond and then cut her hair so she can like cash that in?
That'd be funny.
But it turns back as soon as she turns back.
Thanks. All right. I didn't have to even define that.
It's like
how can you even cut diamonds?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So they're diamonds.
So Sean is very confused because of everything that's happened. So he's like confused and upset and angry because he's confused because Joe is somewhere on some plane of existence. His girlfriend at camp turned into a lizard person.
Of course, that one kind of makes sense because his girlfriend does always complain about being cold.
He saw Crystal turn into precious metals. And so seeing this beast lash out at the group, there's like a wave of dust that like agitates his eyes.
Yeah.
And then he squints and fires lasers out of his eyes at the
That's so
creature.
cool.
You love Cyclops so much.
Then he pulls out a playing card and he throws it. And then Halle Berry comes in as Storm.
Why don't you just describe what happens as you fight this beast?
Oh, sure.
Adora.
Adora's going to charge forward and try to start to drag the monster back into the hell portal. I'm going to lift this thing back to where it went to. Lizzie is attacking its feet, I assume, with, fangs and claws and lizard-like things.
Crystal puts her hands straight, and she uses her diamond hands as little daggers and is slashing the creature, which is trying to help Adora get him, because from the pain it's pushing, like naturally the creature recoils from the slashes.
I love it.
Pulling the creature back towards the ethereal portal, Adora knows that she can lift up a log, and so goes in, or a tree, and goes and takes a tree and uproots it.
Cool. Can I help with that?
Sure.
She doesn't have the strength to uproot this old, giant, tall tree that she would like to, but she has a close ally that could help.
Right.
So she yells out to which one?
Sean, aim at the base.
So then, base of what?
This tree.
You obviously can see because we've got it's a graphic comic book,
Oh,
right? We've
okay.
got Adora with her arms wrapped around this tree trunk, and she's calling out to you because she can't haul it from the earth itself.
Okay. So Sean glances over at Adora and he focuses on the tree, and you see a red beam just kind of cut through, and there's like smoke coming out because it's the tree and ha ha. No.
Perfect. You got to heard the bzzzt,
Yeah.
which you can see on the page. Is it
Yeah.
FZZZZ, right? The line comes through, and then you also hear Sean go, ha ha.
Ha. And then the tree is free.
Adora grabs the base of the tree and swings it towards the back of the creature's lower appendages that seem to be supporting it in an attempt to take it out in that, like using momentum to tip it backwards.
Cool, you do. And then another one of your friends, it's not quite successful enough, and another one of your friends has to do something. What happens?
Lizzie jumps on the chest of the creature,
If it could even be called a chest. Yeah.
sent to try and push.
So Lizzie hooks her claws, because she's got really long poisonous claws on every phalanges. As she hooks her phalange claws in, she climbs up the creature, poisoning it as she's climbing up, and then she reaches wherever the head of the creature is, and she just starts ripping into it with her claws.
The head is so much bigger than that. Than that little
She's just.
I'm sorry, but it literally looked like Chelsea grabbed a softball and twisted a softball, and the head is it is like 40 feet tall. And it is not just a head or chest. It's like a big, gooey behemoth thingy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I get the gouging into the head and chin of whatever this thing is. It's multiple mouths. You're carving away. Something terrible happens. And this is one of the big things that Adora never wants to revisit this and does not want to think about Camp Org off the books because...
A tentacle tries to grab Lizzie off of its facey thing and whips Lizzie through the portal into the back.
Goodbye, Lizzie.
Goodbye.
Hand me your character sheet. Oh, wait, you don't have one. Yes. Yeah. And what does Adora say when she sees this?
No.
It's like big O's and then small O's. No.
Wait, no. No. Yeah.
There's no difference between those two.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She was hanging out with a rainbow too much.
I love that.
No, and then does what?
And then comes around front and punches the creature in the face until it smashes.
One of the many faces.
Yeah, but tries to smash through the creature's brain, wherever that is.
Yes. All right. Adora uses her fists as her way of expressing her sadness and sorrow at the loss of her friend. Something bad is about to happen to Adora. She one of the mouths is about to swallow Adora whole. How does that not happen?
Crystal gets in the way and grabs her away from being swallowed.
Crystal heroically pushes Adora out of the way, and as that happens, one of the creature's mouths, because there are many, comes down upon her, and even though she's made of diamond, it has saliva that penetrates the crystal skin, and it just starts to dissolve and crack, and as it closes its mouth, she just shatters into diamond dust.
Cool.
Damn it.
Yeah.
She doesn't get to say anything.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Went too quick.
There's a screechy noise though just before the
Oh,
diamond
yeah.
breaks.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you know what? As it shatters, you could probably hear, oh my God, ew.
You guys.
Every diamond speck, ew, 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 ew.
Classic Crystal. So what you see on the panel is you see Sean, he's on one knee and his eyes are closed, but there's just blood pouring down from it and he's gritting his teeth, reaching up for his face. And you can just see him screaming, just, ah. But obviously more Stan Lee levels of emotion. No.
Sean obviously did not get cast in the high school play.
No.
The last thing he saw was just this flash of what he thought was metal just coming towards his face.
Oh, wow.
And then just darkness.
Yeah. So it was something metal.
Something metal or metallic-like from this creature.
Wow. Which it doesn't have any metal on it, so that's interesting. Okay. Adora finishes the monster and it lays there because part of it's been pushed into this rift. As the rift closes, the monster shudders and lays dead, and Adora stands there on top of it and surveys your triumph, except you're essentially alone. And how are you feeling as you look and you see crystal dust and no Lizzie and a Sean weeping on the ground, covering his face?
So I think there's a split second where she looks around to be like, we won, guy. And then her face falls as she realizes nobody can really reply right now because of what has happened.
There are helicopters in the distance that Adora has no idea are there. But as we see Adora standing on the monster and we see down into the confines of the camp below, that the main building of the camp, something has happened to it and is on fire. And as we close this book of the flashback of Adora, we get
Lizzie in the alternate dimension. She's facing the portal and she's on top of half of the monster because it's been severed in half by the portal. So she's in a crouch.
or it's in between both. Yep.
Yeah. And it's sliced, right? Because
Yep.
it's half and half.
Well, it hasn't been cut yet because it is both in the portal. It's on our side and on their side.
Oh, okay.
It's the portal's closing that kills the beast.
Got it. Okay, so she like looks back at the portal and she sees that it's closing.
Yeah.
And she goes to try and reach out, but before she can like get through it, obviously it closes. So she quickly like pulls her hand back so she doesn't lose a hand. And the beast gets severed in half.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and she sees just this multitude of shackled people and they're like humanoids, but they're a little bit weird looking. Like they're really elongated and kind of like looking up at her. And she's standing on top of this severed beast. And then you just see all of the crowd lift up their shackles at the same time.
The only reason the beast got severed is because you were holding it back from being able to go forward and go through.
Yeah. So heroic.
And that's it.
Yeah.
We don't know any more about Lizzie.
No.
Yet. She's going to be a super
Yet.
Super villain. She
Yeah.
turns into one of those creatures.
It's been 6 years
Yep.
since you surveyed this scene. You dimly remember it. There's been so much psychotherapy. There's been so much talk. The camp was closed. Government came in. Things happened. But one thing I neglected to mention that I should have that is relevant to all of you is as you went back to do arts and crafts, you walked by because it was set up on those 2 picnic tables in the front, and just in the big driveway that comes in, there's this very familiar old style Rolls Royce with the symbol in the like on the front instead of the Rolls Royce symbol. It's got that P with the sundial that we've seen a couple of times now during the game. We're back to the modern day. The klaxon sounds, and it's just like the school klaxon that you heard back then. Who is out there looking at the monster and the smell that's coming off of it?
Terry's out there.
Solarian is also out there.
And XP.
The 3 of you have no idea what you're looking at, and Adora is taken back by the klaxon sound of the bell.
We have to get out of here.
Okay. Where do we go?
Anywhere. We can't stay here.
Okay, lead the way. Because I don't know the way around.
Sure, yeah.
Right? I mean, depending on her.
The 3 of you are surveilling this rotting, decaying behemoth. It's huge. It's like could never have been carted away sort of thing, sort of size. And there is a ripple that happens inside of it.
Excuse me.
What?
Yeah.
The beast said, excuse me.
I took it there.
All right, so that was your moment of truth.
Okay. So it rumbles inside.
Yeah, it quivers.
I don't know if this thing's actually dead, guys.
Yeah, that didn't seem very, dead-like. Slaring, kick it.
How scary and shocking was the ripple and the sudden gurgling of the beast?
Holy shit, guys!
Yeah,
There you go.
None of you responded. You're like, indeed. The creature is still alive.
Well, so
Kick it, Solarian.
Yeah.
so you're saying it's like, how decayed does it look? You said it was decaying, right?
Yes, it's a stench everywhere. It's a leathery shape of form. There's abscesses and pustules, and it's
Oh, that's gross.
6 years of
Ugh.
decay, let's
Yeah.
say.
And it's like as big as a house, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
Is it like one of those things that like the creatures nearby haven't been able to eat? So it's
They
just
would never go near it.
yeah. So it's not decomposing with like natural creatures
No.
eating it. It's just literally like
Yeah.
yeah.
It is like a McDonald's milkshake left out on a tabletop for a month and a half.
So pristine, sadly. I'm just kidding.
Have you ever seen a McDonald's milkshake
No, I'm
left
just-
for half
Just
a
thinking
month?
all the
Yes.
preservatives in it. But anyways.
Yeah.
So as the ripple happens, Terry's
Yeah.
like,
Guys, I don't know if this thing's actually dead.
Would I be able to unleash my powers to see if I can see how far, like to see if this thing is actually dead based on its like
That's
decay?
more assess the situation.
Or sorry, can I assess the situation?
I want to unleash my powers to determine things.
Use
Like
my
X-ray
interstellar
vision?
powers.
And Solarian blows it up into oblivion.
Moment of
Now
truth.
So you want to look into the astral plane to see if there's any living residue that's going on or what potentially happened here.
Sure.
Okay. Why don't you roll to assess the situation?
8.
That is enough. Ask away.
What here can I use to determine the state of this creature? I mean, none of the questions there really work.
So something alive is inside of it as you use the astral plane to look into space and time. You can see there's something living inside of it. You also get the very sharp emotion of friends torn apart.
There's something inside, and to get it to this state, there was quite a battle that happened with it.
I mean, it looks like it's been torn to pieces. I'd say that's a battle.
I have been able to detect a life form inside of it.
Well, if there is a life form in there, I don't know if we want it to get out.
So, XP, feel free to kick it as much as you like.
I don't want that thing on my foot. Ew.
I was like, you're not Crystal anymore.
Crystal dust on
I was going to say,
XP. Okay. A large bubble on the thing pops with a nauseous gas that pours out of it.
Gross.
It's like a purplish gas trickles down and is terrible smelling, but also a hint of lavender. And
Makes it worse.
and then something comes out of it, tentacled, mouthed, and gooey. What do you do?
Is it its baby?
Oh.
gross.
I think we've got a bit of a situation on our hands.
And Terry starts to pull out his laser from the spider and get like,
First, Terry reaches for his sword.
oh yeah. And then he's like, shit. And he reaches to the other side and he pulls off. He's got this laser that he got from the spider robot.
Spider robots.
And a taser in the other hand.
Okay.
Dual wielding.
Yes. Taser and laser.
Taser laser.
Terry says a bunch of stuff, pulls out a laser taser.
Xpay instinctively blasts a sonic blast towards it because it's scared Xpay.
Great. Of course, that's very loud. And the two of you, as you exit the building, hear XPay's sonic blast because it is noisy.
Not again.
Yeah. George, yeah, your friend cries out, not again. While you think about that, what are you doing, Solarian?
I guess seeing that Terry's getting ready and XP has just blasted it on a whim. Solarian's just going to engage. Oh, no, he's not going to do that.
Okay, so George, what's going on with Adora?
What do you mean happened last time?
Everyone died. What she thinks in her mind.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that. We see George's eyes open and his mouth wide, and we go back to the fight. And the next thing we know, the two of you will have arrived because we don't ever get to know what the rest of that conversation was.
We'll come back to that. Put a pin in it.
Obviously, this thing is a terrible threat. It is not nearly as terrible a threat as the creature was that you heard in the flashback. Nonetheless, we are now entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team. So, who is the leader? We will all point to the leader, and don't forget you can point to yourself. Go. 3 people who believe that Adora is the leader of the team. XPay still thinks XPay is the leader.
I already blasted it. I'm like, yeah.
That makes you the leader?
Yeah, I led into action.
First blood.
First blood headshot.
Oh, XP.
I get your reasoning last time you were the leader made sense because you thought you found all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is okay.
Definitely at
blasted
odds
that
with
bitch.
the team here.
You're lucky
They
I
don't think
knew.
they
So
are.
is he.
So we are entering battle against a dangerous foe. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 teams to the pool, putting you up to 5. If the leader has influence over every teammate, we're going to add another team. Now, this is the debate. We have 3 people who say that Adora is the leader. Solarian, are you going to listen to Adora in the fight if Adora is the leader, or are you only going to listen to Terry?
I'll listen to Adora.
Okay, and XPay, will you listen to Adora in the fight?
Yeah.
Or is it... Okay, so then
Yeah.
Adora, for the first time ever, we have a unified leader of the group. That is... What the hell? I don't even...
I was going to say normally.
Go with Dora.
Normally, this never happened, ever.
No.
It's supposed to be Terry.
Well,
Only superhero power.
If you'd pointed to yourself,
I know.
then you could have, but it
I
does...
was
it's,
going to, and then I was like, nah, it's Dory.
It's good. Okay,
yeah.
guess what? The leader has influence over every single member of the team.
Yep.
So I'm going to add another team to the pool.
Oh, that's a lot. That looks good.
I'm pretty sure the purpose of this fight is to defeat this monstrosity in front of us.
Yes.
Does anybody else have a different purpose?
Nope.
Okay, then we're going to add
First time ever.
another team to the pool. It's not a hard one though, because there's really nothing else to do. There's no innocence to protect. There's no secrets to uncover. But does anybody mistrust Adora as the leader of this group? Does everyone trust Adora explicitly? Do you trust yourself?
Ooh, that's tough. That's a big psychological
No.
question.
I don't.
You're good?
I don't trust myself.
Oh, you mistrust yourself. I'm removing a team from the pool.
Damn it, Adora.
It's okay, we got 6.
It's
6 is lots.
honest.
6 is great.
I feel like you're all going to die, so I don't.
Oh, jeez.
However, I believe, like, the question then is the team ill-prepared or off-balance? And I'm not going to suggest the team is ill-prepared. You came out here expecting potential danger or worries. You know, you're prepared. You have all this camping gear. You weren't prepared for an extraterrestrial threat or another planar threat. But I will say you're a little off balance because we have the 3 here and then the 2 come running up. So I will take one more team away, starting us at 5 team.
Still
Now,
good.
the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid having removed one of those 2 team, if you would like. Would you like to stay at 6 team?
5.
No,
Okay,
stay at
give it
6 team and mark a condition, or go to 5 team?
I'd rather keep it where it is.
All right. Now, anyone working with the team will be able to spend 4 of you working with the team will be able to spend team 1 for 1 to give them a +1 to their roll, and one of you can...
Use 2 team to give you guys +2.
Awesome.
Ooh.
As long as you're working together.
Yeah.
And any of you can spend team to act selfishly, which means you're going to ignore or insult your teammates.
Let's work together, guys.
Does anyone have any conditions before we start this fight?
Yes.
What condition do you have?
I have afraid, angry, and insecure.
Oh my goodness.
Which one of those 3 conditions will you have removed at the start of this game?
I'm afraid.
Okay, excellent. Do you have any conditions, XP?
No.
Do you have any conditions, Terry?
Hopeless, which I guess I can remove because it's the beginning of the game.
No, I'm good with you being hopeless.
Damn it.
How about you there, George?
I am condition free.
And Adora.
Also condition free.
Okay, so we're in great shape.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say it like that.
But I want to point out, hey, recognize your teammates are currently suffering from some negative conditions. So comforting on your turn is also pretty helpful to bolster their courage during the course of the battle, and very helpful there too. The beast roars abominably from all of its different mouths and sloughs its way towards you, tentacles lashing, writhing, and slashing. The team is arrayed out in front of it, arms and fists raised, blasts prepared, and Adora leads the way.
I'm just going to try to destroy it like a bull rushing towards it. Just absolutely.
Adora charges
in.
straight at the beast, and that's where we'll end today's session.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales.
A Curated Masks, a new generation game set in the superhero teenage world of Halcyon City.
Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com, or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.